Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
I'm Jerry Byrne, it's Irish Radio. Now, since lockdown and everything changed, I've been speaking to many of the great and the good and some incredible talents in entertainment from Ireland. My next guest is a gentleman who fits the bill in style. He really's had a number of years of incredible success and great talent. Fabulous voice, released many albums and has done at this stage thousands of live shows from his home in Kinawley in County Fermanagh. I'm delighted to say hello to Sean Corrigan. Sean, how are you?
Jerry, how are you?
Not bad at all. Listen, lovely to catch up with you. And
indeed.
You're tell me this. You were a busy lad for a long time up until March of this year.
That's for sure. Now, there was a lot of busy men, and now there's a lot of quiet men now at the minute. Just unfortunately, where things went, we've all got quiet and spending more time at home, I suppose. But I enjoyed the break for the first couple of months because I started doing lots of stuff around the house and getting things organised and stuff. And then when you do something, you find something else to do. And then the weather was great for the first couple of months, so that was an added bonus, So I passed the time for the first couple of months doing all these bits and pieces and doing things I really never done before, like bits of stonework and plastering and painting and all whatnot. But now it's kind of got quiet now again, and unfortunately there doesn't seem to be much light at the end of the tunnel, with things starting up again. Maybe a wee bit, the pubs are opening again, but hopefully we'll get back doing something, soon.
Indeed, that's the that's the thing. It's something like I'll have to say, like, at the moment, it really is not looking good. Generally, sort of with the figures and the way everything is going, and for sort of I think the one thing that has been impacted, I think more than possibly any other industry, has been the arts, entertainment and theatre and all of those things have been absolutely just annihilated.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I don't know what way it's going to go, in the future, because people enjoy the music, and then we can't get a crowd out to us for them to enjoy it, and it's the same in the theatres. If you don't have bums in the seats, you can't put on a show, because with the expense of putting on some of them big theatre shows, you need people through the doors and all that. So it's not looking really good, and we were the first to, lose our bit of work, and now I'd say we're going to be the last to get it back.
Indeed, that is true. It's sort of it's looking it's looking like that, with the way things are at the moment, but. As you say, there were many people involved in entertainment, incredibly busy. And I mean, you were a busy man yourself, like you were playing every single weekend.
Oh yes, I was doing nights, 4, 5, 6 nights. I was doing a lot of social dancing gigs, but the dancing's gone. We can't get back at that. I'm 16 years. In the business now at the minute, and I never thought I'd see this happening. What is happening to the entertainment business?
Indeed so. It certainly is a concerning time for for everybody in this. But you're actually 16 years in the entertainment business at this stage.
16. I'll be 17 in November.
Right. Wow.
So the years have flew by now, and I have 4 albums out now to date, and a DVD. So I was early on in the year I was going to start doing a bit more recording, but now that's kind of out the window with all that's happened, and financially it's hard to go in and start recording an album too when you're not doing the work.
Indeed, that's the that is the other thing of it. Like and many of the artists have actually. Said that that it's very difficult when you're sort of not doing the work to be able to organise the recordings, and then initially in the lockdown it was impossible to even do the recordings because nobody could go to a studio and all the rest of it.
Sure.
The whole thing was at a standstill. It is definitely is tough going. How did you start out, Sean, in music? Were you always into the music?
Well, to be honest, I loved music, and I always did when I was 15, 16, I was working in bars and stuff like that, and I was listening to bands coming in at the weekend, and I always had a great interest in music. I would have played bits of like piano and tin whistle and stuff at school. But then a good friend of mine, Francie Smith, lives about 2 miles around the road from me here. And I started just going out along with him at the weekend for the crack. And I used to love him playing guitar because he's a fantastic guitar player. He played with Fermanagh and all them through the years. And then I bought myself a guitar, and I used to go out and watch the likes of Dan O'Hara. I'd go to Bundoran some Saturday nights and watch guitar players in the band and trying to figure out what they're at and teach myself. And I think within 18 months I was out playing music. I had never intended to be out playing music. I was doing electronic engineering in Omagh College at the time, and I was done 1 year. And then I think in that January I started the music, and I finished the course in May, and I never went back to the second year of it because bookings are start coming in, and the money was coming in, and I was thought, I could make a living of this. It's something I love to do, and I'm sure I can go back to college at a later date. I'll keep at the music and see how it fares out. And, the rest is history. I'm 16 years at it now, and I never went back to college.
Yes.
I'm sorry now I didn't. I could have been.
Yes.
I could have, but no, I've really enjoyed it now, and I'm missing it now, so.
I'd well believe it. I would well believe it. Now, another thing, Sean, that many of the singers I talk to in the entertainers, they all say that one of the things they really miss is actually meeting the people.
Yeah, definitely the social aspect was great. I done a gig there 2 weeks ago in Bundoran, and there's faces that I haven't seen in 6 months. And it was great to catch up with everybody, and you miss that seeing people and getting out there, and it's good for the mind too to get out and about and see everybody and have a good old chat.
Indeed. So now you also you're involved in a drive-in a charity event which happened in Enniskillen.
That's right. Yeah, we done it a few weeks ago. There, it was Anthony McBride organised it. There was a young lad with special needs, severe special needs, that needed an extension built to the house, and at the moment he's in Belfast in a care home down there. They're able to care for his needs. But now there's raised over 30,000 now to build this extension of the house, to put in the proper facilities for him at home, so they can bring him back home and keep, he'll be with his family. So it was a great evening music. All the local acts in Fermanagh came together. Ali Harn, Marion Curry, Vincy Wamsley, Sean Lockery, the Band Sisters, loads more. And we had a 2.5 hour show there, and there was a great atmosphere, and everybody seemed to enjoy themselves. So, it was great to raise that amount of money, and it was great to get out playing again, and meeting everybody and getting the buzz of the music again.
Indeed, so well done on doing it to each and every one of you, and well done on the the money raised. You raised there's been a good amount of money raised, I believe.
Yeah, there was over 30,000. On that night there was 2,500 raised around that, and the rest has been from other different events that's been ongoing. So it's over 30,000 in total for the charity that's raised.
Right, that is superb, and great to see it, and great work. It really is. It must give you great satisfaction, to be a part of something like that. To be helping out somebody in that situation.
Well, I suppose that's one benefit I have, from being a musician, and I can go out and I can offer my talents in ways to raise money and benefit other people and stuff. So you get great enjoyment of that. Over the 16 years, I've probably been involved in hundreds of charity events and stuff, and probably raised hundreds of thousands. So it's great that I can offer me talent that way to help others.
Indeed so, definitely, definitely is, and that's and you know, to be absolutely honest, there's a huge amount of artists who have who have raised huge sums of money for various charities over the years. Like, and I think it's a great tribute to everybody who's been involved in the business and has done all that. I mean, there's a huge amount of great work being done and money which could not be raised otherwise.
Of course, you know, entertainment. People love entertainment, and they come out, and when it's for a charity, you know, people even come out and support it more when it's for a charity, you know, especially if it's for locals. Your locals will always come out, you know, to support you, and you know, it's great that everybody, you know, clubs together and gets to support and, you know, to help everybody out.
Indeed so, great stuff. One of the songs you actually recorded on one of your albums, the album was called One of These Days, and one of the songs you recorded there was The Streets of Bakersfield with Nathan Carter.
That's right. That was back when I must have recorded that in 2011. It was the year I done Lord Hero with Nathan. So at that time we done a duet for it, you know, to probably to promote the show and all that. And you know, it's went down well, you know, everybody seems to comment on it. And you know, it's great. Nathan's doing great stuff now. Since, you know, when you go back, it's 9 years ago since I done that. So, like, from Nathan was only starting at that time, and to see where he is now today, is great.
Indeed, absolutely, absolutely unreal. One of the biggest musical artists, indeed, in all of Ireland at the moment. He is, and fair play. I must say, it's you can hear both your voices clearly on it, and I must say it's a cracking song. Sean, tell me, how do you pick songs when you're putting an album together?
Oh, it's very hard to come across new material, you know, stuff that hasn't been really recorded through the years. Something fresh, you know. But I would listen to a lot of music online. I would use Spotify there, and I would try to find. I came across some great artists through Spotify. Ones that I would never heard tell of or anything, and some great songs, you know. That's the only, and then ones would tell you the songs. I've had a few original songs sent to me through the years. So it can be very hard, you know, to pick the songs. You know, you could wait and record stuff, but anything, you know. But I like to get stuff that maybe has a good story to it, something that's original, and something that hasn't been really, you know, everybody has brought out, you know, or something fresh, something new that, you know, that has never been really heard before. That's the kind of stuff I kind of go for.
Right. Yeah, it's a good idea, because the thing about it is that there isn't any point in sort of rehashing and re-recording something that has been recorded 25 times already.
Yes, that's true. You know, I think you need to be something that's, if you get a good song, you know, that if someone hears on the radio and say, "Oh, that's Sean Corrigan's song," or something, you know, because if you go in and record the likes of, for example, Pretty Little Girl from Mama, that's been recorded maybe 500 times.
Yes.
You know, it's no point going out and doing them stuff when they have been rehashed, you know, several times. So I like to try to get fresh, great new stuff, you know, that hasn't been, you know, battered out, as they say.
Indeed. Sean, listeners, well, lovely to catch up with you. I wish you continued success, and listen, you know, in the meantime, stay safe and stay well, and fingers crossed everyone will be back in performing in entertainment as soon as it's safe to do so.
Yeah, please God, hopefully everyone will be back, get back to some sort of normality, but stay safe until then, and thanks very much for having me on, Jerry, and I wish all your listeners all the best too, and keep safe.